You wake up. The air feels heavy, hot, dry, and full of strange smells. Smoke, sweat, rotten fish. Wet stone. You try to sit up. The ground is hard, dusty. You're lying on rough straw. No mattress. No pillow. No comfort. You look around, and nothing makes sense. The walls are made of clay. There's no light switch, no glass in the windows. You reach for your pocket. No phone, no wallet, no keys. There's nothing familiar. Your clothes feel wrong, itchy linen, tied with a cord. Your feet are dirty. No socks, just sandals made of leather and rope. Voices outside, loud, fast, but you don't understand them. Not a word. They're speaking Latin. Someone passes by, half naked, carrying a basket. A soldier follows, wearing armor and a sword. They glance at you, suspicious, curious, uninterested. You hear shouting, the clatter of carts, the squeal of animals, and flies everywhere. You're not home. You're in ancient Rome. No electricity, no hot showers, no clean drinking water, no antibiotics, no police, no privacy. This is a world where life is cheap, where people kill for power, steal to survive, and die for entertainment. And you're just a nobody, a stranger, dropped into the center of the most brutal empire in history. You have no weapons, no money, no friends, just your instincts, your body, your brain. Would you survive? Let's find out. You're not a Roman senator. You don't live in a marble villa with slaves serving you grapes. You're an average citizen. Maybe a freedman. Maybe a poor laborer. You live in a crowded insula, a crumbling apartment building with no running water and too many neighbors. Now it's morning. Time to eat. But forget pancakes. Forget eggs. Forget coffee. Your breakfast. A piece of stale bread, maybe soaked in watered-down wine. If you're lucky, there's a bowl of porridge made from barley or lentils. No sugar. No spice. Just mush. Lunch isn't much better. Some beans. Maybe a few olives. And always bread. Dry, hard, sour. Meat. That's a luxury. You might get a scrap of pork once a week if you can afford it. Chicken, rare. Beef, almost never. And fish, mostly salted, dried, or fermented. Your favorite seasoning? Garum, a sauce made from fermented fish guts. It smells like rotting garbage, but it's everywhere. Romans love it. They put it on everything. Salt is expensive. Fruit is seasonal. Fresh vegetables are hit or miss. And there's no refrigeration. No way to store anything long. What you eat today might kill you tomorrow. No labels. No expiration dates. Just hope. Your stomach churns, but there's no choice. This is your diet. Every day. Every week. So ask yourself, could you eat this every day and survive? You break your arm. There's no ambulance. No ER. No X-ray. A neighbor calls for the local healer, not a doctor, just someone who's seen a few injuries before. They look at your swollen arm, nod, and grab some linen strips. No anesthesia. No clean tools. They pull your arm, hard, until the bones feel right, then tie it with cloth and hope it heals. That's the best case scenario. Worst case, you're told it's the will of the gods. You're handed a charm, maybe a prayer, and left to heal on your own. There are no antibiotics, no painkillers. Infection is almost guaranteed. Even a small cut can kill you. If the wound festers, they might try to drain it with a rusty knife. Or worse, they let it rot. Have a fever. They'll bleed you. Yes, bleeding is a common cure, because they think sickness is caused by bad blood. Have a toothache. It gets pulled with metal tongs while you scream. Have a headache? They might drill a hole in your skull to release the pressure. Yes, trepanation was real. And if you survive any of this, it's called a miracle. Most don't. Plagues come and go. Life expectancy, around 30. You get sick? It's a coin toss, live or die. No one really knows why. So ask yourself, would you take the risk every day? You're walking home through a crowded Roman street. Someone bumps into you. You bump back. They don't like it. They hit you. Hard. People see it happen. But no one steps in. There's no one to call. No emergency number. No patrol officer. Rome doesn't have a police force like you know it. There are a few night watchmen, maybe some guards, but mostly for fires and riots. If you're in trouble, you're on your own. Now imagine you're poor, or worse, a slave. A slave can be beaten, tortured, or killed, legally. No trial. No appeal. Their owner decides everything. Even if you're free, justice isn't fair. Rich citizens have lawyers, power, and influence. You have your word, and that's not worth much. Your neighbor might be an informant. Maybe he doesn't like you. Maybe he tells the magistrate you said something against the emperor. Just a whisper, and you disappear. Prison isn't common. Punishment is fast and brutal. Whipping, exile, execution. Sometimes in front of a crowd, and you can't fight it. No human rights. No lawyers for the poor. No one asking your side of the story. You have no right to remain silent. You have no right to anything. So ask yourself, can you survive in a world where the law protects the powerful and forgets the rest? You're not a noble, not a senator, not a landowner, not a general coming home to a marble villa. You're no one. You're the bottom of the Roman world. A labourer, a market hand, a cart pusher. You rent a room in a crumbling building, 5 stories up, made of wood and dust. It smells like sweat, smoke, and urine. The stairs creak. The walls crack. There's no privacy, no silence, no safety. At dawn, you're already working. You haul heavy amphorae filled with wine or oil. You sweep filth from the roads. You clean horses and hope they don't kick. No machines. No shortcuts. Just your hands, your spine, and the pain. And you do it all for a few coins, barely enough for bread and cheap wine. Meat, maybe once a week. New clothes, only if the old ones fall apart completely. You work through fevers, through cuts and bruises. There's no doctor to help you. You stop, you starve. Your boss doesn't know your name. To him, you're another back in the line. Another body, easy to replace, and even if you do everything right, you won't rise. You won't own land. You won't get rich. Because Rome doesn't reward you. It uses you. And when you break, it moves on. You die young. Maybe 35. Maybe sooner. No one writes your name in history. No statues. No songs. Just dust. So tell me, could you wake up every day knowing this is it? That you are born to carry weight and die forgotten? Food, medicine, law, work, survival itself. You've seen ancient Rome not through statues and textbooks, but through empty stomachs, cracked hands, and silent struggle. If you're still here, still breathing, still thinking, maybe you could survive. Maybe your instincts are strong enough. Maybe your will is sharp enough. But here's the truth. Surviving isn't the same as living. Would you find meaning in these days? Could you laugh with an aching back? Could you rest when tomorrow brings the same hunger, the same weight, the same cold silence? You have no safety net, no voice that matters. You wake up every morning to carry what history forgot. There's no dream to chase, no comfort waiting at night, just work, routine, and the slow erosion of self. Rome is not what we remember, not the glory, not the greatness, but the ground-level grind. And you've seen it now. Not the paintings, not the triumphs, but the lives in the shadows, the thousands whose names were never carved in stone. So don't just ask, would you survive? Ask yourself, would you want to?